Hi, this is Lady from Keep Unfrozen Ministries. Well, today's topic is about circles, circuits and connectedness or being connected. And I hope you like the picture that is part of this broadcast, because it is of the Adam touching the finger of God. And it's just a wonderful image. But you know, life is a circle. Life has different circles, different patterns. You know, the seasons are circular. How we, each year sort of remember our own birthdays and those that we love, their birthdays. It comes round each year, and that round circle is quite important. In my wedding ring, obviously a ring is a circle. And that to me symbolises the love I have for Dennis, and that God is in the centre of our relationship. So all of the circles of life begin to connect with one another. There's a song, All My Life's Circle, written by Harry Chaplin. And it is quite interesting when you look at it and look at the lyrics and thinking, can you tell the beginning to the end from the beginning? Infinity circles, like the Virgin sign, would suggest that we don't. But what about the connections and the circles of life, which means that happenings repeat themselves? Now, I sometimes think, when things repeat themselves, so somebody's telling me their story about something happened at work and this went wrong and that went wrong, and something in my head goes, I've heard this before. I've heard the same story from them, but with a different situation. And I sometimes hear myself repeating my stories, but with different people, different locations, different situations, but the story is the same. I have actually gone round in a circle. And it seems that those circles are a way of learning. And a bit like Groundhog Day, if you don't get it right the first time, you get the same circle until you learn the lesson you need to learn. And then you move forward to a different circle and a new learning begins. But that might seem a bit sort of psychoanalysis and what am I really trying to say here? But let me tell you a story, because it was about connections and about networks and about the circles that happen in your life. I met somebody who I got on really well with, and we became friends, but mainly through the internet, because we were not situated very near to one another. And we had the same interest in women's issues. So I was interested particularly at that time in breast cancer, and she in menopause. And so we got chatting and we had all sorts of interesting conversations. Did a little bit of work together, then we went our separate ways, and nothing happened for a couple of years. Then we'd go to the same conference in London, and yet again we match, we meet up, and it's as though we haven't really stopped our conversation, and we carry on the same another conversation, do a little bit of work together, and then life gets in the way and we just don't contact one another. Then I get an email. It's an email from another friend that I've only learnt to come to know because somebody referred her to me. Somebody said, do you know what? I think you and this person should hook up because I think you've got a lot in common. So Chris Castro came into my life. American. We spoke through the technology, the wonders of technology. So we saw each other face to face. But we haven't met face to face in the same room. But we got on very well. I get an email from Chris saying, here's somebody I think you should hook up with. Her name is Catherine Kohlers. And Catherine Kohlers says, I contacted Chris and was talking to her and said I wanted to publish a book. And lo and behold, she said to me, I know somebody in the UK who does that kind of work. Her name is Lady Adi. And she said, I know Lady. And this is the lady who's really an expert in menopause. She understands the feelings. She's helped many, many women and men come to terms with what menopause means to their lives and how they can support the women in their lives. So Catherine and I hook up again, and once more we find there's a synergy between us, something which says, yeah, let's work together, let's get to know each other that little bit more again. Now, I've done a lot of work in networks business networks where the game is you refer people to one another. But the connectivity of it all that has just happened has blown me away. And I pray and think, God, do you want us, this is the third time we've met by different circumstances. I think you want us to talk. And it's the same with God. What's your connectivity with God? Yes, he puts different people in our paths and says, get to know them and get to know them and you'll get to know me more. So who are you connected with? And are you connected with God? Now the connectivity with God is so easy. You just talk. You just talk to him. You focus on him. People call that prayer. They call it meditation. They call it all a number of things. But it's literally a conversation. And he fills you because he loves you so much. And he says about connectivity, about how the body has to be connected to one another. Paul talks about this in Ephesians and Galatians as well, about the head being connected to the different parts of the body, how one part of the body is no better than the other. And the analogy for that is obviously that Christ is the head and we follow the head. And all Christ wants from us is to love one another and to love God. Or to love God and to love one another, whichever way you want to look at it. But the message is the same. We are all connected. No man is an island is a phrase that you probably know very well. But how this connectivity works, it blows my mind away. Particularly when people pop in and out of your lives and there's going to be years between. And it doesn't matter because you pick up where you left off. And what a lovely feeling of love, of fellowship, of connectivities, of circles is that. What do you think? What do your circles look like? What's your connectivity like? Let me know. And tell me if you've had any of these things that happen that you suddenly realise, no, I am connected to this person. I do love them and I do want to be with them. And whether it's for a small part of your life, part of your life's journey, or a bigger part, let me know. I would really like to hear from you because we're connected. We're connected as you're watching this. We're connected as you read one of my blogs. And for that reason alone, I really want to connect further with you and through you to God and through God to you. There's lots, the circle just goes one way or another and it really doesn't matter. Lady AD, keep on frozen.